ഇത് നേഷന്റെ ഗ്രോത്തിനെ ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ് ട്രിപ്പിൾ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ അവർക്ക് നല്ലോണം അറിയാം. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെയാണ് അവർ നിങ്ങളെ ടാർഗറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾ ഇതിന്റെ ദോഷവശങ്ങൾ, യു ഷുഡ് അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ദ വാട്ട് ടു സേ the drug abuse and its effects, and also about alcohol abuse and its effects. First, I will start with the quoting of Swami Vivekananda. You will be finding his picture. I mean, stuck my wall, my room. What he said is, the one who falls to temptation is the weakest soul. എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ പ്രലോഭനം കീഴ്പ്പെടുന്ന ഒരു വ്യക്തി ആണ് ഏറ്റവും ദുർബലനായ മനുഷ്യൻ. അപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ നമ്മുടെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ, നമ്മുടെ പഠിത്തത്തില്, നമ്മൾ കോളേജിലായിരുന്നാലും ഒരുപാട് ഒക്കേഷൻസ്, ആ ഒക്കേഷൻസിൽ നമ്മളെ പ്രലോഭിക്കാൻ ഒരുപാട് പേര്. അവർ ഫ്രണ്ട്സ് യൂസ് ടു ടെംപ്റ്റ് us, even other peer groups used to tempt us, but we should have an aim and we should always think about what is going to be our future. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ചിന്ത നമുക്ക് എപ്പോഴും വരണം. അപ്പൊ മാത്രമേ നമുക്ക് ഈ ടെംപ്റ്റേഷനിൽ വീഴാതിരിക്കൂ. ടെംപ്റ്റേഷനിൽ വീഴുമ്പോഴാണ് ഇത്തരത്തിലുള്ള സബ്സ്റ്റൻസ് യൂസ്, ആൽക്കഹോൾ, ഈവൻ ഡ്രഗ്സ് ആൻഡ് ഈവൻ അതർ, ഐ മീൻ സ്മോക്കിംഗ്, ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള ചില ഹാബിറ്റ്സിൽ നമ്മൾ ചെന്ന് വീഴുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ടെംപ്റ്റഡ് ആവാതിരുന്ന നമ്മുടെ പകുതി പ്രശ്നം നമുക്ക് സോൾവ് ആയി കിട്ടും. സോ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഐ വിൽ ടോക്ക് അബൌട്ട് ഡ്രഗ്സ്. എന്താണ് ഡ്രഗ്സ്? പിന്നെ അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് ആൽക്കഹോളും മറ്റേ സിഗരറ്റ്സിലൊക്കെ നമുക്ക് കടക്കാം. നിങ്ങൾ ഒരു കാര്യം മനസ്സിലാക്കുക എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ, വാട്ട് എവർ ഇറ്റ് മേ ബി, ഡ്രഗ്സ്, ആൽക്കഹോൾ, എനി സിന്തറ്റിക് സബ്സ്റ്റൻസസ്, എനി അതർ സബ്സ്റ്റൻസസ്, എന്തൊക്കെ എന്നാലും ഓൾ ദീസ് ആർ കാർസിനോജൻസ്. കാർസിനോജൻസ് എന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഏജൻസ് കോസിംഗ് ക്യാൻസർ. You should know one thing, that see, human body is made up of numerous infinity cells. All these cells have got genes, and the latest study says that each cell of our human body has got a gene which is causing cancer, and that is called as oncogenes. These oncogenes, they are usually silent in nature. Not one cell, all the cells which composes the body has got its oncogenes. This gene വളരെ silent ആയിട്ടാണ്. It cannot be triggered. Once it gets triggered, it activates, it multiplies the cell, and the cell will become cancerous cell. അപ്പൊ ഈ ഡ്രഗ്സ്, ആൽക്കഹോൾ, cigarettes, pan parak, gutka, whatever substance you take, all these are carcinogens. That means these agents, once it enters the body, whether it is swallowed or intaken, it will trigger these cells. I mean, it will trigger these genes, which is called as oncogene. And this oncogene will cause the cell to multiply, causing cancer. Okay, you should think one thing. Drug means death. Death means ariyam, maranam. What's the full form of death? Death means drug ends all dreams. That is the full form of it. അതായത് ഡ്രഗ്സ് എടുക്കുന്നവൻ പിന്നെ അവൻ ഒരു സ്വപ്നവും അവന്റെ ഫ്യൂച്ചറിൽ ഇല്ല, അതാണ് അവന്റെ അർത്ഥം. ഓക്കെ, സോ വാട്ട് ആർ ദീസ് ഡ്രഗ്സ്? ഡ്രഗ്സ് എന്താണ്? ഡ്രഗ്സ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ മെഡിസിൻ ആവാം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു സബ്സ്റ്റൻസ് ആവാം, which can cause a physiological effect on our body when it is intaken through mouth or through injections. Physiological changes എന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്കൊരു നോർമൽ ഫിസിയോളജി ഉണ്ട്. ആ ഫിസിയോളജിക്കൽ functioning ഒരു ഡിസ്റ്റർബൻസ് ഉണ്ടാവും. Suppose if you have got fever, you take paracetamol. When you take paracetamol, the fever comes down. That means fever is a change in the body, and you know, to subside it, you take paracetamol. That is what other drugs also does. Because when you are not having any disease or any problem in your body is fit and healthy. But once you take any drug inside, the drug will act and it will hamper the functioning of the body. That is called as drug. That's drug in the definition. If drug രണ്ട് തരത്തിൽ, ഒന്ന് synthetic drugs, the next one is natural drugs or organic drugs. These synthetic drugs എന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ it is synthetically processed. That means they mimic natural drugs. And the example of it is diazepam, nitrovite, Valium, lorazepam. All these are synthetic drugs. MDMA, ecstasy, LSD stamps, all these are synthetic drugs because they are synthetically processed from natural drugs or through other chemical compositions. You may find it difficult to understand it, but listen carefully. Okay, all these things you will get it in the Google. If you search the Google, you will get it. But listen carefully what I'm saying, because if you can remember what I'm saying, you can easily search the Google and find it out. Okay, these synthetic drugs are very difficult to metabolize in our body. Metabolize in the body, and they are potentially dangerous. Why? Because it acts on one part of the brain. That I'll tell you later. Okay. The other one is natural drugs or organic drugs. Natural drugs and organic drugs are the one which we get from the environment. That is from plants and animals. And the example of one such is ganja or Indian marijuana or the Indian hemp, opium. Okay. Then these are the two examples which you may know that I can tell and you will understand. And also the cocaine. Cocaine is usually derived from coca plant, and from coca plant they process it and make cocaine. And Maradona was the one who was using it, and his untimely death is caused because of using of this plant. I'll tell you that later. Okay. Neither the synthetic or organic drugs are more dangerous than others because both of them have potential for abuse. That means it can easily be abused. And how it reaches your hands, that is also easy. It is easy to reach your hands. Why? Because these drugs, it can be carried in very small quantities. And even a pin drop of a drug, can spoil your entire health. Okay. So that's how it reaches your hands. How it reaches your hands, I'll tell you. Usually you go for get-togethers, you go for functions, that is any marriages or any get-together party, a Christmas party or a New Year party or any get-together of your friends. You usually get, the thing is nowadays, usually in our days, we used to have commitment to our parents. We are committed to our parents. But nowadays the generation has changed. The generation is committed to their friends. Okay, what the friends say, that only they will do. What their parents say, they won't do. Why? Because they think that they will be isolated from the peer group. Okay. So in order to avoid this isolation, they will get tempted to what their friends are, compelling them. So they usually take these substances because of the compulsion of their friends, and they get addicted. And once they get addicted, they won't be able to come back to their life. They have to be put in a de-addiction center, and in the de-addiction center, they have to go for a long-term medical care, and after a lot of medications, they have to come back to a normal life. Even if they come back to a normal life, there will be complications. This is what happened to Maradona. Maradona once said, because you may be knowing how great a football player he was. He usually started taking cocaine for fun. And what happened after that, he got addicted so much that he couldn't come back to his normal life, and it affected his practice sessions. And later on, he became dependent on it. And he was later taken to a de-addiction center, and he was actually compulsively taken to de-addiction center by one great personality, that is Fidel Castro. And he was taken to the de-addiction center, and where he has to spend even years, I mean, not months, years he had to spend in the de-addiction center, and came out of the de-addiction center with a little bit complications, but still he was able to manage it. But because of the long take of this cocaine, it affected hampered his health, and he met with an untimely death. Okay, how this drugs affects the brain, that I'll tell you. Brain has got three parts where this drug affects. First one is basal ganglia. Basal ganglia is a part of the brain where positive forms of motivation, including pleasurable effects, that is of healthy activities like eating, socializing, and sex happens. From the basal ganglia only, these senses arises. That is, the senses happens because positive forms of the senses happens from basal ganglia. And these drugs affect this basal ganglia, and it causes a high or euphoria. That means when it affects the basal ganglia, I told you basal ganglia is a place where you generate pleasurable activities like eating. Eating means what? When you take an ice cream, you like ice cream. When you eat ice cream, you feel pleasure. When you eat chocolates, you feel pleasure. When you eat your favorite food, you feel pleasure. Okay, then socializing. When you mingle with your friends, best friends, then you will feel pleasure. If you have a girlfriend near you, even her presence will make you pleasurable. And then sex. Of course, you know what is that. And what these drugs do is, when you are intaking this drug will affect this, it will target this or this basal ganglia. And when it hits the basal ganglia, it will make this basal ganglia to secrete that hormones called the dopamine or what to say serotonin to emit in an abnormal way. And what happens is when this dopamine is emitted from this part, it will increase this pleasurable things in a vast manner. That means you will feel a lot of pleasure. You feel if you are eating, you feel like eating, you're taking more food like that. And if you're enjoying your socializing, I mean, if you're enjoying your friends' company, you feel like you want to have more enjoyment with your friends. And if you sex, you want to have more of it. When whatever you have more of it, what happens? The body will usually repel or react when everything is you are having in excess. A stage comes where our body will react to it. And this is what this drug is. The next part it affects is the extended amygdala. That is the one place in brain. What it plays is that it plays a role in stressful feelings like anxiety, irritability, and uneasiness. That motivates a person to seek the drug again. That means this is the place where you get stressful feelings or irritations. So what happens when these drugs affect this place, extended amygdala? What it happens is that it causes a lot of irritation. When this irritation is caused, you feel that this irritation is caused because you are not taking this drug, because of you are not taking this drug. So what happens? Usually you go for more drugs in order to overcome this. The next part is the prefrontal cortex, the ability to think, ability to imagine, ability to solve problems, make decisions, exert self-control over the brain, mature thinking. When this drug affects this part, it will affect your studies. Usually what happens is, when you're taking these drugs, usually it causes it makes the brain to produce a lot of neurotransmission excess. So when it affects the prefrontal cortex, the ability to think will increase. Ability to plan will increase. The ability to solve problems will increase. If you are studying, you feel like you can study for longer hours. This is what this drug is making the brain to do. It is not in a normal course your brain is making. It's the drug which is making the brain. That is why these people, these antisocial elements, convince the techies and the medical students, those who are going for long study hours, telling that if you take this drug, you can spend more time for your studies. It will make your ability to think. So this is what is drug. It's only temporary. The consequence is severe. What happens is that it will make you to seek this drug again and again. You get more addicted to this drug, and this drug, whenever it is taken, usually once if you take a little drug, again the body demands for more. That means the brain demands for more drug. So when you go for more drug, a condition arises where you won't be able to come out of this problem, and you will land up in it. Okay. Then how do drugs produce pleasures? There's another thing. Simple activities in everyday life produce small bursts of neurotransmitters in the brain. Okay. So the brain, how it controls the rest of the body is by producing neurotransmitters. And neurotransmitters are effectively sent to different parts of the body through a hormone called dopamine or serotonin. So what happens is, when you take this drug, it will make the brain to produce more of these hormones, and these hormones will cause an abnormal increase in the transmission of neurotransmitters. So what happens when you feel pain in your body? These neurotransmitters are released, and when you take this drug, it will cause more of these neurotransmitters to release, and sometimes it may reduce the pain. Pain means it is the, I mean, not the pain which you feel when you are falling, the whole body pain. Okay, it can be, that pain can be developed through stress. A lot of studies, you feel lethargic. These all are pains of the body. So what happens when you take these drugs, it will cause the dopamine to be produced in a larger way, and that what happens is that sometimes some drugs will hamper that, what to say, dopamine's activity, and some drugs will elevate its activity, and like that way it causes a imbalance in this production of this hormones, and in that way it will hamper your brain's ability to produce dopamine. That is how it affects your body. Okay, and then what I told is this is the science of it. So this is how drug affects your body. And I told you that there are synthetic drugs as well as organic drugs. So there is a wrong concept developed among the people that if you take organic drugs more, it won't happen. That means it won't cause that much side effects. It's absolutely wrong. Why? Because usually these natural drugs are used for actually they are cultivated, or they are used for medicines. Okay, and through ganja, from ganja we usually make a lot of painkillers, and also from opium. Opium is another natural drug from which we make a lot of painkillers called morphine, which is usually prescribed by doctors for cancer patients, because it's the painkiller, morphine. So from opium we extract morphine, and heroin is also made from opium. Okay, so these are natural drugs. So people, what the thing is, if you consume or if you use natural drugs, it won't cause that much side effects. But it's wrong. Why? Because all these drugs, what I told you earlier, all these drugs are targeting these three parts of the brain. And once these three parts of the brain is targeted, see, the whole body become crippled. Okay. Next, I want to tell you from where these drugs are reaching in. Okay. See, 90% of these drugs are produced from the countries which belong to the Golden Triangle and Golden Crescent. Three countries are involved in this Golden Triangle. They are Myanmar, Thailand, and Laos. Golden Crescent, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Iran. So these six countries are the countries which produce 90% of the drugs in the world. And it is very unfortunate to say that our country shares border with almost all these countries. It is easy to reach, easy for the drugs to reach our country. And it is carried by drug peddlers, and the drug peddlers carry these drugs for pocket money. They even, they usually want to say these people depend. I mean, they usually catch those people, young people. That means the young people who are in need for pocket money, they will target these young people and they make them carriers. And these young people may even use these drugs also. So they make these young people carriers, and through these young people, it reaches schools and colleges. So before that, what they do is they target the students from their behavior. You may meet these persons, drug peddlers. You may come across these drug peddlers whenever you come, when you are getting exposed outside. Suppose if you're going to a shop, if you're buying something, by seeing the character, by watching your character, they can make out whether you are vulnerable or not. I'll tell you an example. What happened in my experience when I was working as Karakoram Range Inspector. I took a major NDPS case involving hashish oil. And the main accused that hashish oil case is an MTech student who passed out with flying colors from Bangalore, and he was preparing for his IAS exams. and he happened to be the culprit. He was storing the hashish oil in his fridge in a rented house, and there is no other way. I had to arrest that person, and he had to spend his he had to spend 90 days in prison, and after 90 days only he got paid and came out, and still, and I have even the case is charge sheeted, and he will get a punishment, and the punishment is you will find it at the punishment. I'll tell you later. Okay, and when I interacted, I mean when I asked his statement, what he said is that how he used to take this hashish oil, and he used to take hashish oil, and how he got addicted to hashish oil. First, he used to take hashish oil when he was doing his studies in college, and then afterwards he started making money by selling this hashish oil. How he used to procure this hashish oil is he used to get it from Bangalore, because he completed his BTech degree in Bangalore, and from there he purchased this hashish oil first time, and then he made up and understood how to procure it, and he got it here in Trivandrum, and he started selling this hashish oil to techies. Even in your colleges it reached, in medical colleges it reached, to film actors it reached, and to people who are working in level of factories and industries it reached. And he used to sell it, and he sold it, and he made a lot of money out of it. And when I got 700 grams of hashish oil. Even 100 grams of hashish oil, we can land up in jail, and you'll get a punishment for 10 years imprisonment and 1 lakh rupees fine. And I got 700 grams of hashish oil from this guy, and he will be getting a punishment for not less than 10. Think about it. He's an MTech student. He got high marks in BTech, and after that he got MTech admission. After completing his MTech, he landed up here. Why? When I talked to him, how he got, because he told that when when people who are going from Kerala to study in cities like Bangalore and Chennai, they usually on a rented house. Sometimes some students may stay in the hostel, others may on a rented house, and a group of students will live there and study. So what happened to this guy is when he didn't stay in a hostel, he stayed in a rented house. So when he was staying in a rented house, he had some of his friends who are his classmates also, living in that house. And in a what he told is that they went out and had a night out, and they attended a party, and in the party they met a Nigerian student who was doing his BPA course in Bangalore, and this Nigerian student offered him hashish oil stick first. The stick means they rub hashish oil in the cigarette, they smoke. When they smoke, what happens is this is what happens, what I told you earlier. It usually was a high in the brain, a euphoria, a feeling of pleasure. And what this Nigerian told is that he guaranteed that whenever you take this and whenever you go for a smoke and study, you can study for long hours. Whatever you study, you will remember when you write this for exams. When you appear for exams, before there's just 1 day before the exam, if you take this or you smoke this and go, you'll be able to answer the entire questions, and you'll be able to score good marks. And he told me that he got marks also because of that. And after that, after prolonged intake, he had to be hospitalized in NIMHANS. There is a hospital in Bangalore called NIMHANS, National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, where patients who develop mental disorders are treated. So he was put in that hospital. He had to go for medications, and he got admitted there, and he undertook treatment for 2 months there. And after that, he came out of this this problem, and he completed his BTech and MTech. And when he reached our house, again these friends started contacting him. He thought that he did pocket, and for pocket money he started purchasing or procuring this from Bangalore. This was brought to reached his hands from one of his friends who was his earlier and senior, was someone who was studying in Bangalore. He used to reach this property, and we got the information. We got him, and his future is blank. Frankly speaking, he will get the punishment of 10 years, and he land up in jail. Whatever his parents spent, I mean, whatever money his parents spent for educating this person, it has gone all waste, and his future is also blank. He will land up in jail, no doubt. So this is what happens when you when you get used to, or when you interact, or when you expose yourself to these antisocial elements, and when you expose this you will get used to these drugs, and when you get used to this drugs, it will be very difficult to come out of this this channel. Okay, now I'll tell you some of the common drugs which you find in this part of our Kerala, or also in the main drug which is found is natural drug is ganja. You will find papers and newspapers daily. You can find newspapers that 1 kilo ganja, 2 kilo ganja, 500 grams of ganja, school student or college student caught with ganja. You may find in newspapers. Okay, why this ganja? I mean, why these people are carrying this ganja? Is some people use it and some people sell it. Some people procure it for making money. So whatever is happening, finally reaches majority of the people who are consuming these are students, not elder people. Out of my 14 years of experience in this department, what I found is that majority of the criminals whom I caught is 54 years of age. I don't remember the cases which I booked, because numerous cases, NDPC cases I booked, and in all these NDPC cases, the persons whom I arrested was all below 24 years of age. All college students who are dropouts, even some dropouts, some techies, or some even MBBS students are also there. Okay. And the other thing is that, see, student is easy to carry. I told you earlier that it's easy to carry. So in order to get for getting for your high, these people go for these drugs, because when it is easy to carry, they won't get caught. Only enforcement people like me understand that this person is a carrier. By looking his mannerism, by seeing his mannerism, and we'll be able to find out whether we'll be able to know whether this person is a carrier or not. Okay. And I will tell you the punishment. Okay, this is an interesting part. This punishment, I'll tell you how you will learn about what punishment you will get when you carry such drugs. So I told you in India, drugs, the persons who are carrying drugs are controlled through an act called NDPS Act, Narcotic Drugs, Psychotropic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act. And it was formed in 1985, and this act is highly, actually a very strict law, very strict code. And even if you see even if it is worse than a death penalty, why? Because if you kill a person also, you won't get that much punishment than what is prescribed in this act. Usually, for each and every drug, the punishment is based on the quantity of the drug which you carry. Okay, for ganja, till 1 kilogram of ganja, the punishment is 1 year in prison, and below 1 lakh rupees fine. If it exceeds 1 kilo, till 20 kilo, the punishment is 10 years imprisonment and not less than 1 lakh rupees fine. And if it's between 1 kilo and 10 kilo, you won't get paid for 90 days. That means you have to remain in jail for 90 days. After that, you pay. And that too, if the police person doesn't charge sheet within 90 days. Charge sheet means if he doesn't file the final report within 90 days. And if it is above 20 kilo, it is a commercial quantity, and then you will get punishment from 10 years to 25 years. And the fine is above 1 lakh rupees fine. And what happens is, if it is a commercial quantity, see the time when the case is detected, from that time to 6 years behind, whatever wealth you have accumulated, whatever wealth you have made, will be confiscated by the government. You won't get paid for 1 year. You have to be paid, and within 1 year, if the charge sheet is fine, then you won't get paid. You will have to remain. When the trial is over, you will get the punishment also. Okay. You might have heard about synthetic drugs like LSD, MDMA, nitrovite, Ativan. All these are, potentially dangerous drugs. Out of that, LSD and MDMA. You might have searched the Google to find out what is it. LSD is full form is lysergic acid diethylamide. MDMA means it's methylidine dioxymethylamphetamine. It's very difficult to pronounce it also. You can call it as ecstasy pills. These two drugs, LSD and MDMA, even a pin drop can land you in jail. You won't get paid for it. LSD is 0.20 gram to 0.50 gram is a commercial quantity. Usually LSD appear in stamp size. Usually they make LSD, how they make LSD? They make a 2 layer of a paper, and inside the paper, they fill this drug, and see, usually people do what they do, they slice it off and then they lick it. And like that way they get the euphoria. What happens is this effect of this drugs lasts for 12 hours, and in 12 hours, your body, whatever happens to your body, you won't know. So that is why it is called as a party drug. Same effect is for MDMA also. Ecstasy pills. It's a party drug. What happens is usually the boys, teenagers, they lure their girlfriends. Lure means after they usually tempt their girlfriends. They take these girlfriends to the party. They take their girlfriends to the party, and unknowingly, they mix this drug with the drink. They give to the girls, and from the time that they start taking these drugs to next 12 hours, whatever is happening to the body of the girl won't be able to know. It's actually called a cheating drug. So you have to be very careful. And once if you see, when the enforcement agencies like we people, we won't even see in our we have got a procedure of taking booking these cases. What we does is that whenever we are writing the master or whatever we call, see, whenever we are writing the master, what we do is we have to prove to the court how we identify this drug. We say that in alcohol, what we say that we through smell and taste we identify this drug. But this drug we cannot say like that. We cannot write like that. Why? Because if we taste that drug, then we will be also in coma. So how we write is that through our experience, we made out that this drug is LSD or MDMA. That is the way how we write that case. So that much potential dangerous drugs they are. You have to be very careful. This is available in market. LSD and MDMA are available in you. It's available everywhere in the market. We know that. Usually it arrives during year end, especially during Christmas period. And whenever you're going for any party, you have to be very careful. Whenever you're going with your friends, don't mingle with strangers. Don't give a chance for others to come near you or to to mingle with. Okay, so this is about drugs. I cannot say more about this because you people get familiar. You get familiar. People will get familiarized with drugs, and actually for students it's not safe to tell all things about these drugs. Some people, the students, most of the students they imitate. It's curious. They are always curious in nature. Children are curious in nature. What happens is that when we say all these drugs, and if I give an introduction to you, you will search it in Google. You'll find out what are some. So there are some positives also about these drugs. That is for medical treatment only. But what the people who are searching think that okay, it's good. It's not like so. I cannot tell about all the drugs. All the drugs. I cannot tell about all the drugs. Some abuse. Okay. See, 50, what to say, 50 or 30 years back, when, what to say, I'm almost 40 years, right? 40 years back, during our childhood days, I used to find, I mean, drunkards, those who are consuming alcohol, only a few. Those people were always looked at like, what to say, how they used to avoid those people. See, by seeing that people itself, people used to get scared. But nowadays, alcohol consumption has become a social, for all social get-togethers, people, irrespective of age, irrespective of sex, irrespective of number, they consume alcohol. Why this has happened? No? Why it is like that? We are trying to mimic the Western culture rather than traditions. We are going away from our traditions, and we are mimicking the Western culture. And what the Western people are doing, they are mimicking the Indian culture. So what that is what is happening in society now. Whatever we do, we mimic Western culture. Films you see, films are also mimicking Western films. Games you see, sports also, they want to play like how foreigners are playing, like that way they want to play. So what happens is, when we mimic Western culture, we are mimicking their bad qualities also. We are not mimicking their good qualities or their good character. We are mimicking their bad character. That is not only in alcohol, but also in drugs also. What is this alcohol? Alcohol is actually, it is a useless thing which is not at all needed in our body. It is a CNS depressant. CNS means central nervous system depressant. It won't bring any, what to say, good qualities in your body. It won't make your body healthy or anything like that. It's not at all needed in our body. Frankly speaking, it's not at all needed. What it does is only harm. Okay. Alcohol is also causing. It causes cancer. The first organ which affects is the liver, because alcohol has got a toxin in it. That is either alcohol. It has got a toxin in it, and all the toxin which enters our body has to go to liver, where it gets detoxified, and then only it is absorbed by the body. So what happens is that whenever you are taking alcohol, it usually attacks the liver. It goes to the liver, and from liver it has to get detoxified. But the liver, there is a limit for it. And finally, what happens is the liver enlarges, the condition develops called liver cirrhosis. And once the liver is damaged, there is no recovery. Why? Because liver is a gland, and once it gets damaged, you cannot regenerate. It gets totally damaged. You cannot replace it. Kidney and other organs you can replace, but liver you cannot. And the ugly part of it is that only in the final stage the blood comes out of the mouth. The one who is consuming alcohol, or an alcohol addict, or the drunkard, who is consuming alcohol 3 or 5 or 6 packs a day, he starts with a lot of reasons for consuming alcohol. Those who are consuming alcohol, there is a lot of reasons for it. They say stress. For happiness also they consume. For sadness they consume. For what to say, for getting any what elevations, what is the promotions, they consume. So they make a lot of, they make for any or every reason they consume alcohol. So for those persons, what happens is that there's a saying for alcoholics. First, the man takes the drink. Drink means alcohol. Then the drink takes the drink. Then the drink takes the man. That means he will be dead. That is what it's saying. And the next thing is that these people won't have any, what to say, balance in their life. Their life will be balanced. their brain becomes weak, their memory gets lost, they lose their balance. What will happen? Whatever they have did earlier, they won't be able to remember. Their whole body will become weak. They become diabetic. They develop sexual problems. Finally, if a married man, land up in divorce. And when he faces all these problems, later he will commit suicide. That is what is happening. If you take a suicide deaths, whatever it may be, paper or news, whenever if you search news or TV, whatever news you are hearing, if it's a case of suicide, it will be because of drugs or alcohol. You might have heard about a actor who had committed suicide, but Sushant Singh Rajput. He used to take drugs. Almost all the film actors, young actors, whom you people are admiring, or you are happy to see these actors acting, or some people are even imitating them, who keep them as who follow them as their real or role models. Their inner part of the life. I told you, I got a person, an MTech student from Trivandrum. He was supplying drugs to a famous Malayalam artist. If I tell the name of the artist, you won't see their okay. What happens is, what these people are saying is that, see, actors, when they spend a lot of time acting and a lot of hours working, they feel lethargic. Their body becomes weak. In order to overcome this, they take these painkillers or all the drugs which induce a sleep, and they make an excuse of taking these drugs. I'm not telling all actors, all the upcoming young actors. Sushant Singh Rajput, and when an investigation was conducted by NCB, we were surprised to hear the names of the persons whom we never even thought that they will indulge in such activities. I need not tell the names of people, know who they are. Why this has become like? Because of lack of awareness. You people don't know what are the potential dangers, how it will affect your body. You should think one thing. If you are born, you may die one day. But if you are born, you should think that you are born with an aim. You should study not for marks, but for contributing something to society, to this nation. Okay, then only your life has become worth. People should remember through your deeds. People should admire your children through the deeds of their parents. If a child is born to you, and when you pass away, people should admire your children and telling that, see, this child is a son or daughter of this great person. So if you want to become a role model in society, you have to follow a life also. These things, all these things, all these happiness are only short-lived. Only for 2 or 3 years, or even for a few months, you will enjoy all these things. But if you look around, or there a time will come where you won't be able to turn back and start again. Everything will be lost from your hand. The mud under your feet will be washed away. That is what happened to that guy whom I have explained earlier. He is good in studies. He was preparing for his future prospects, but he landed up in jail because of his activities. The last thing which I want to say is about smoking. Smoking is what our agencies experience. The habit of smoking is diminishing, it's coming down in the society. I don't know why, what the reason is, but slowly it is decreasing. Earlier we used to find a lot of smoke, but we cannot even go to a theater, a B-class theater, because of it will be filled with a lot of smoke. Now it is decreasing. The first one reason for it is, I told that I don't know the reason, but what I think is that the law has become strict. There is an act called CORTA Act. If you catch a person publicly smoking, he has to remit fine. So what happens? In order to avoid this fine, they won't smoke publicly. That's why you are not finding people smoking publicly. That's why we think that smoking has decreased. But to be precise, cigarettes, it is more dangerous than alcohol. Why? Because the ingredients in cigarette, I'll tell you, there are 8 ingredients. The first one is nicotine. Second one is hydrogen cyanide. See, listen, hydrogen cyanide. Third one is formaldehyde. Fourth one is lead. Fifth one is arsenic. Sixth one is ammonia. Seventh one is benzene. The last one is tar. All these ingredients are carcinogens, which I told you earlier. What carcinogens can do the body, I have told you earlier. What nicotine can do, if you search the Google, you will be surprised to find what nicotine will do to your body. You have to visit RCC. There is a ward called palliative ward. I think you have got a club called NSS club in your college. You have to become, if you are a member of it, if you are not a member of it, you have to become a member of it. And you have to visit RCC. You have to visit palliative ward. You have to find the persons who are suffering with a lot of all our cancer patients. I can see you. You can hear some sound. If you are asking it out, you can ask later. Okay, when the class is finished, you can ask. I am going to wind it up. 5 more minutes. See, what I told is that you have to visit us. Not go and visit us. Find the first patients who are suffering there. 90% of the cancer patients there have got this disease because of smoking. And then our second is chewing gudka or pan parag. Cigarette is 100% carcinogen. It will spoil your lungs. It will make you diabetic. It will make you sexually impotent. Those who are aware of it, never touch it. Those who love their body, those who love their life, those who want to live a healthy life will never touch this. This you should do. Those who are listening to my class have to tell this thing to, have to impart this knowledge to others also who don't know. What scientists say is that not only this, there are 200 chemicals other than this, which is included in the cigarette, which even I don't know what it is. All these 200 chemicals are carcinogens. And the paper which it is made, the cigarette, usually it is, the nicotine is filled or whatever ingredients filled, and a cylindrical paper. In the cylindrical paper only they fill it, and the paper which they are making, the smoke coming out of the paper is called carbon monoxide. Do you know what it does? Once it goes to the lungs, it will stick to what you say hemoglobin of the cell and make in order to oxygen. What do you say in science? What is it? When we breathe in, the oxygen gets stick to hemoglobin and makes oxyhemoglobin, and this oxygen is taken to the cells. So what is carbon monoxide? Smoker, what it happens when he inhales the smoke, the carbon monoxide which is produced by the burning of this paper, it enters the lungs, and this carbon monoxide binds with hemoglobin. It makes carbaminohemoglobin. Instead of oxyhemoglobin, it becomes carbaminohemoglobin. and it's a carcinogen. Imagine what happens when it reaches the cells. These things you'll find it true. You can search it. Think. You have got something. Actually, I also did it when I was a student. Nobody when I was doing my degree, or nobody was there to take a class like this, or nobody came. Even if they know also, this many facilities were there, not there. Now you are attending an online class. Even if there is no class also, you can study. Whereas when we were doing our schooling and other professional courses, we didn't have such facilities. That's why we didn't know. But when I reached such a position, I explored, and through my experience, I understood all. And I will impart all this, whatever I know, whatever I have gained, whatever knowledge I will impart all this. That's why I took this course. When Nisar sir called me, I voluntarily accepted, because you are the future of this. Don't allow our what to say, cripple the nation like this. This is a silent terrorism. Terrorism is not only through bloodshed or through fire or gunfight or through other destructions. Terrorism can be like this also. What is the aim of the terrorist? To cripple the economy of the country, to make the country weak. How can they make the country like that? By targeting the citizens, young citizens, targeting the young brains, the brilliant brains, by attacking their brilliant brains. Our nation is spending a lot of money to bring you up so that you can do something to the nation. And when your brain is attacked, when you are made crippled, nation also will become. So think about it. Okay. With this, I am ending my session. Whatever doubts you have, you can ask now. You get another 15 minutes. Okay, sir. Nisa, sir.
Hello, I have joined back. There is a limited, connectivity now. That's why I'm not coming on video.
Okay.
So I think it was interesting. But what about the students? Are they having some questions on this?
Yeah, they can ask. They're free to ask.
Or even he can chat some, add some few questions.
Yeah.
Nobody is seen here. This. Oh, anybody there? Or they are all simply keeping their mobile on and then left the place? Hello.
Yeah, some people are, some chats are there. That, sir, could you please speak in English? I'm from
that was the last chat. Yes, can I get your mobile number?
Yeah, I can. You can give, sir. You can give. The mobile number which you are calling, it's my WhatsApp number also. You can easily give.
Okay. Oh, I will give that. I will give that number right away now. Yeah, other questions regarding this, because this is an important issue. You people might think that this is not that it's a very simple issue, but it's a very, very important thing, which can affect anybody's life. So please shoot up your questions if you have. Language is not a problem. Malayalam or English.
Thomas, that why movies are not banning these things? No. Yeah, that's a good question. Hey, Donna, you have to know that. See, the movies, they are actually showing what is the warning that cigarette smoking is injurious to health. Okay, we book cases against such movies which don't show this prohibitions, notification. That is the only thing which we can do. What you asked is a good question, because when movies, when they show these things, people, so those are real hero worshippers. They will think that, hey, this is nothing. Okay, if a hero is doing like this, why can't we do? Or your question is good, but what can be done? We can only control these through prohibitions. We cannot totally avoid. We cannot tell them that you cannot do this. Okay, only through prohibitions we can control them. We are booking cases also for films which are not showing that prohibitory warning. Yeah, till recently a news came that cannabis is not dangerous. Cannabis, who told cannabis is not dangerous? Cannabis is dangerous. Those who know about it, they won't take it. News, everything is coming in news is not true, my friend. Okay. And one more thing I want to tell you this. See, okay, sir, how can we understand whether a person approaching us is actually trying to deceive us or not? That depends upon your brain, yeah. You have to think. Okay. You have to think. You are a techie. You are not a fool. You are a techie. You should be able to know which is the person who is approaching you is a good person or not. Even decided the cannabis is not dangerous. I was also shocked. Yeah, I see. The thing is that I'll tell you one thing. This question is being repeated. I'll tell you one thing. Listen. See, there are two corporate companies which are ruling the world. The one is the company which are making the weapons. Second is the drug company. These are the two corporate companies which are the richest companies in the world. See, whenever you get a disease, what treatment you take, what treatment you have to take, everything is decided by the drug company. See, majority of the medicines are made from cannabis. What I told you that a lot of medicines are being made by cannabis. So WHO or UNO, whatever they are saying, because some countries are legalizing. When some countries legalize it, what happens is that they keep some restrictions and legalize. In our country, our nation, they are still only 30 or 40% literate. Most of them are illiterate. If we legalize ganja, imagine what will happen to your country. See, ganja is legalized in some countries like Canada, where the literacy is 100% and above. They know the ill effects of taking ganja. So only those people who are willing to spoil their life will take it. So why are these?
Another question is there. What should we do if our friend indulge in these kind of activities?
It is where you can tell this matter to your teacher, and you can the teacher, if possible, you can even give my number. Okay, you can contact us, persons like us, law enforcement agency. We won't book any case to the students. Actually, when the students who are studying in colleges, we won't book any case at the first instance. We won't book. We will try to what to say, make them aware of this problem. And again, if they are repeating, we'll book case. Yeah. We have to stop. You can write to the government. Why can't you stop? You write to the government. You write a representation. Give a representation from your college. You make a club and give a representation to the government to stop all these things in the film. That's a good idea. Yeah. So even though there are statutory warning, people use it. Yeah. That is what happened. See, awareness has not reached all the people. Even some people who are knowing about it are using it. What they are saying is that they have got stress. Okay. Can you talk about it? No, my friend, alcohol is not at all good for our body. Alcohol, you would see whatever alcohol you are finding it. Alcohol means what's known as beer, wine. See, alcohol 3 types are there: beer, wine, and liquor. Liquor means brandy, whiskey, rum, everything. Beer, wine, and all small amount of alcohol are there. Even in toddy, 5% alcohol is there. Beer also 5% alcohol is there. Alcohol is not at all good for body. I told you, it's a carcinogen. Even small amount of alcohol can spoil your health. Yeah, some person medicines are addictive. So usually, when doctors prescribe these medicines, see, I'll tell you one thing for your information. Whichever medicine has got narcotics, that medicine, if you purchase in that that medicine's cover, it will be written as NRX. NRX means N stands for narcotics. Usually in other medicines which doesn't contain narcotics, it is written only as RX. Whereas the medicines which contains narcotics, it is written as NRX in red letter, in red color. So if you purchase a medicine, if it is written as NRX, then doctors with doctor's prescription only the medical shops can give you that drug. Without doctor's prescription, he cannot give you that drug. If he is giving, then he will also be punished. So only through doctor's prescription, doctors prescribe these drugs only for curing disease. And that's what I told you. See, whenever your body is your body is diseased, that means in order to cure that disease, these drugs need to be taken. Once that disease is cured, you can finish it. I mean, you can stop taking that drugs. That's all. Next. Now, if alcohol is just why it is provided to soldiers, that's good. Yeah. This is actually the tradition which you are following from Britishers. The Britishers used to have a quota of foreign liquor. And when they made an Indian army, when the Indian army was formed, first it was Britishers only. Therefore, I mean, it's their tradition to take this drink. And their custom. So this is followed in Indian army now also. They are providing the quota of taking liquors. And they make it an excuse that in Siachen, if you don't take liquor, your body will react or your body can become weak. It cannot sustain all this temperature. That is what they give a wrong notion to people. It's not like that. There are a lot of things which can cope up with that environment. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't understand. I cannot read it properly like that. Okay. Next question. Why the government does not ban the cigarette and alcohol companies? Yeah, that's what I told you. No, you as a student, if you make a representation to the government and tell that, see, this is spoiling our health, and the government do something, the government may do something. Okay. What do you mean by it? Natural coconut prepared. Toddy. Do you mean that toddy? A toddy is not that much harmful to health. Okay. Does homeopathic medicine contain alcohol? Yeah, homeopathic medicine contain alcohol, but homeopathic medicine is only what to say, it is stored in alcohol. But when it's taken out, it does not contain alcohol. Hello? Homeopathic medicines are always stored only in alcohol. We don't intake alcohol along with this homeopathic medicine. Homeopathic medicines are stored only for storing purpose only, they use alcohol. But homeopathic medicines are taken out and consumed, not with the alcohol. Yeah.
The question is why military people given quota of alcohol?
Why military people?
Military people given quota of alcohol. And even if the defense personnel dies, they give this quota for their family. Why is this?
It should be banned, man. Frankly speaking, it should be banned. Our government should ban such things. If I am making the government, I'll ban. Frankly speaking.
There is an interesting question. What is, I was in between, I somehow went out of the talk. What is this roofies? Foreign drugs like roofies paving their way into Kerala culture. Is it a drug? I mean, is it a kind of narcotic or something like that? Roofies. One fellow has asked the question.
Roofies?
ROOFIES. What is that?
That means it's a new thing to me. Is it a drug?
I don't know. That's what I was asking.
I also understand.
Yeah, there is another thing is this. What is this artificial cigarette or something which I have seen?
Yeah, that's called as e-cigarettes. What they say, e-cigarettes. Yeah. E-cigarettes means actually it has got some chemical in it, which will, what do you say, when you smoke, it will give a feeling that you are smoking. Because this is the chemical which is giving you a feeling. That are called as e-cigarettes. It is potentially dangerous, sir.
Yeah, it's dangerous. In fact, when I was in IIT Madras, there were a lot of students who used to use this.
Yeah. It's actually chemicals.
Yeah, somebody says roofie means rofinol. Rofinol, I don't know.
Rofinol is a medicine actually.
That's what he says.
It's a medicine actually. It's a drug. It's a scheduled H medicine.
Okay, that's me.
For the treatment of what to say, usually for mental disorders.
Okay, okay. But
Yeah,
maybe people are using it mental
Yeah.
disorders. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Police officers take a liquor addict when stop drinking, create much problem. Then how can they find it? Yeah.
Interesting question. Police officers take drug, will excise take action?
Surely, why can't we take action? You can complain. We will take action against them also. Addiction to alcohol or addiction to fruit juices. What is your view on this? I don't think fruit juices cause addiction. No fruit juices cause addiction. It's a wrong notion. No fruit juices cause addiction. Okay? No fruit.
Rufus is, the explanation is given, Rufus is Rofinol itself.
Hmm.
That student is given the explanation, Rufus is Rofinol itself.
Okay. Yeah, I think that person may be, what you say, he may be son of a doctor or something like that. Any helpline number for drug prevention? No helpline number. You can take my number here. Okay, I'll help you. A liquor addict when stop drinking, create much problem. Then how can a person find a solution? Only find solution is you have to put him in de-addiction center. I'll tell you, in excise department we have got de-addiction center in 14 districts. Trivandrum district also we have got a de-addiction center entirely run by excise department. Even if you find such persons, you just inform me. I'll take it with that de-addiction. Don't worry. After effects are huge. Okay, after effects are huge. It will spoil your entire health. First, you use your mental stability, and slowly it will cause muscle weakness, everything, and you will become impotent. So, shall we wind up, sir?
Okay.
You can give a chance for your students to openly interact with me once this condition, what to say, improves. When the corona improves, no situation improves, I will come to your college and interact with the person physically. You say,
Sure, sir.
yeah, okay. Now let it be enough.
Okay, sir.
We will do that. We will do that. I think we can wind up with Jayashree.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sir.
Okay.
The session happened now was a very informative and powerful session, and the students participated were also very much interested. This shows in the chat box itself, and your knowledge about drugs is also reflected in your chat box. Thank you, students. We were very involved in this session, and Sir Pradeep sir give a very explained in his simple words from his experience, scientific facts behind the drugs and how it affects the brain of the one using this. And also he explained the consequences of taking drugs. And dear students, I advise you, and please remember this session, content of this session always with you, so that it will not affect, make a barrier in your way. Be a socially committed person. Everyone be a socially committed person. So on behalf of College of Engineering Trivandrum and on behalf of all the participants, I extend my sincere gratitude towards Pradeep Rao sir for presenting such an informative session. And also I express thanks to all the professors attended the session and to the students who actively participated in this session. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Sir, I will talk to you later. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, I will talk to you later. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Bye.